Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Eagle Review Reactor, back. And yes, if you're reading the title of this video, you're like, why? Why did it take so long for this video to be made? Well, one of the reasons is, of course, this is, if you don't know already, the Deadpool trailer number 2 video reaction review. I've seen it hundreds of times, I'm pretty sure you already have. The reason why my reaction is coming now is because one reason was I was just busy. Like that time period, sure, maybe I could have had a few hours to just make the video and plan it out and record it, but no, I just decided not to. Until today, I'm recording this video after already seeing the trailer, not obviously reacting to it and making a video about it, but I've seen it multiple times already. But it's a good thing I waited out now. Now, here's why. Let me kind of explain the backstory behind this. In preparation for this movie, I have seen almost every single X-Men movie in full length. What does that mean? Okay, so let me try to give you the history. I know this is a reaction video, but I'm kind of making this a story video as well. Start of this year, a little bit after, not at the very beginning because the trailer wasn't on yet. A few months prior, actually, I was like, hey, I should probably watch all the X-Men movies for this. Because until 2018, 2019, 2020, up till pretty much now, I've only watched MCU-related content. So everything from Iron Man 1 until, what was the last Marvel movie that came out? Was it, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I guess? Whichever one it was, maybe one of those. I've seen all of them. Every single movie, except for the Marvels, which I think is their actual last movie. I've not seen the Marvels. Only Marvel movie I've never seen, and I don't think I will. Just because, just not that interested. But for this movie, I am. So pretty much everything in the MCU I've seen. I've seen every MCU show, except for Echo. I only watched the first episode because I couldn't get through. I didn't seem interested anymore. And I didn't watch X-Men 97, however, I might watch it later. Animated content is separate, okay? Please don't behold me on that. I've not seen a lot of Marvel animated stuff. But I might see X-Men 97. Because here's the thing, I realized after seeing this trailer, hey, I should probably watch some of their stuff. I've never seen X-Men or Fantastic Four movies ever. Just none of them. One of the reasons is they're just not of my time. Now, yes, you might say, oh, but I've seen the Spider-Man movies and all. No, that's because those are popular characters. Of course I want to see the Spider-Man movies. I know who Spider-Man is. I don't know who, I don't know, Sue Storm is or something. Like, some characters are just more popular than others, in my opinion, at least. But I was like, hey, I should probably now watch the X movies. I knew what they were. I just didn't feel the need to see them. Because, until now. As a matter of fact, the first X movie I actually saw, I don't even feel counted, is The New Mutants. Some of y'all may not count it, or some of you might. But I only saw The New Mutants because I was a Marvel fan, huge Marvel fan. I think it came out in 2020. I was like, what is this about? And I'm like, wait a minute, what is this movie on about? It's not connected to the MCU, and it's not even connected to the X-Men franchise. It's not connected to really anything. I mean, it's closer to the X-Men stuff, obviously, because it references it, but really nothing. So anyway, I started watching the X-Men movies. Long story short, watched X1, loved it. X2, awesome. X3, ruined the trilogy, but hey, not bad. And recently, first time I tried watching Origins, couldn't get through it, but I recently powered my way through Origins, so I saw X-Men Origins Wolverine. I didn't see First Class because I don't like Origin movies that much, and I don't know why people love X-Men First Class. Have y'all seen the transitions in that movie? Like, they're so dumb. Could I make something like that? No, of course not, but I expect a better standard. Come on, what are those transitions, man? Like, something was missing in that movie, man, But yeah. I loved the Wolverine movie, though, 2013 one. Probably some of the best Wolverine action ever I've seen. Maybe the story and the writing wasn't as great, but in terms of action and Wolverine level fighting, it has it, and I just loved it. Days of Future Past was good. It just felt like it was missing a little bit more. Maybe more Wolverine, more action. Whenever Magneto swooped Wolverine into the water, he was pretty much no longer needed. But, it's fine. I think it probably has one of the best X-Men stories in the movie. Probably one of the best stories, period. However, the whole movie can be summarized in a couple sentences. The whole goal of the movie is to use the power of hope to stop Mystique from killing President Nixon. That's the whole point of the movie. Stop Mystique from killing Nixon. Literally the plot of the movie. Maybe not the beginning plot, but later on that just becomes the whole plot. Using the power of hope, that is. Okay. Yeah. But I still love them. Probably one of the best X-Men stories overall. The writing is great. Okay. However, at the end of there's a whole debate going on at the end of Days of Future Past where should Logan Wolverine have been picked up by Mystique or the actual William Stryker. Because if you didn't know, surprise, surprise, he was flashing his little eyes like yellow. But yeah. I guess my probably X-Men favorite X-Men movies, not including the Wolverine ones, are probably X2 and Days of Future Past. I just love X2 because it has everything. It's so complete and cohesive overall. You have the action, you have the Wolverine, and you have amazing writing and story. Like in the end where, they're like, hey, Mr. President, we're mutants, we're here to stay, you can't just make us disappear, so, we gotta figure something out. Like, that scene, I loved it so much. Again, I was not born during the X-Men time period. I've just been an MCU junkie at it this whole time because I love the Marvel action. Love Phase 3. Sure, it's pretty predictable, but it's so colorful. But X2 really drew me in. Like, wow, this is actually pretty interesting. Because, I feel like as someone who's already seen all the 20 plus Marvel movies, this is a walk in the park. You don't really need a brain or to comprehend things that hard. And the best part is there aren't even that many X-Men movies compared to MCU movies. So that helped me out in terms of watching them all. So I got through that. Okay. And then, what's it? Apocalypse I haven't seen. I just don't feel like watching Apocalypse, honestly. Again, First Class, I don't like origin movies that much. And Wolverine's aren't really in it, so there's no point in watching it anyways. But, Days of Future Past is good. Definitely check it out. And then, actually, I saw Logan pretty early on I saw Logan before, actually, no, I saw Logan pretty much last, I guess, in terms of ordering anyways. And that's a good thing. Logan is probably one of the last Marvel movies you want to see. And this movie Logan is very important for Deadpool 3. I'm pretty sure. Now, again, I don't know much about this movie, but I feel like it's important. Now, if you don't know what happens in Logan, or you want to find out later, or if you don't care and you already know, surprise, surprise, Logan dies in Logan. If that makes sense. Or Wolverine dies in the Logan movie. I guess it makes sense to call it Logan. I don't know, just Logan, I guess. I mean, his name is Logan, I guess. Not the Wolverine finale, just Logan. Now here's the thing about Logan. Some people say, oh, it's ranked very highly on some of the top lists for comic book movies. It's probably the best Wolverine movie of the Wolverine trilogy. The trilogy being X-Men Origins, the worst one, of course. The Wolverine movie, and then Logan. The Wolverine is fine, solid action. But the story maybe not have been the best. Logan pretty much has everything. Here's the thing about Logan. It's not a typical comic book movie, and I think that's what people love. It's not your simple, average, everyday superhero movie doing good things and fighting bad guys. Logan has actual story to it. Now, I recommend you should probably watch the X-Men trilogy before you see Logan or some of the other movies, because then you'll understand why is Logan acting the way he does. It's the last movie. His character is fully developed, and, here's the thing with Logan. Wolverine, if you don't know, he basically is immortal, if that makes sense. He basically just can't die. He's been alive for so long, that at the point of Logan, he was pretty much ready to die, okay? He was ready to accept his fate and to accept death. However, they just probably didn't want to kill Logan off saying, oh, he died, They're like, hey, if Logan's gonna die in this movie, he has to do something worthwhile for his character in order for him to die in this movie. So, I think they did a good choice, His whole thing was, helping the little girl get to North Dakota. And, I love that scene with that black family and all. That was pretty funny. Except when they died. Then it was no longer funny. But it was so simple. It seemed like, in my opinion, Logan was such a good movie and probably had the least amount of budget. I don't think Origins had a big budget either. It didn't seem like it. Actually, some of the scenes might have had a big budget. It didn't seem like okay, Origins is such a bad movie, okay? I'm gonna just call it Origins. Okay, even though it's X-Men Origins Wolverine, literally the only origin movie they made. Except for First Class, but, it's not, it's about multiple people, I guess. But, yeah. The issue with, I guess, Origins is that it's all over the place. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's a cartoon, it didn't figure it out, It's just too stretched out and too all over the place, And those transitions at the beginning of the movie, I didn't like them. They're so disgusting, what is this? Why is it so long? I think Apocalypse has a kind of a long intro as well, but at least it's interesting and entertaining, But the X-Men trilogy intros are pretty cool. I actually like them. Like the intro for even the third movie. The way they handle Beast's character in X3: The Last Stand was actually pretty good. Here's the thing. I like X3. The only issues are just trying to do too much in one movie. And that's the bad thing. They can't fully explore just one idea, you know? You have one thing with the Dark Phoenix storyline they're trying to do with Jean Grey, and then of course there's a whole thing with this little thing that can make mutants become human, you know? So it's kind of problematic, I guess, and too like all over the place if that makes sense. But overall pretty good. What's it? I think they say that what's it? The events that happen in X-Men, what's it? Days of Future Past kind of rewrites the future, which is why if we didn't know, I think is it Nightcrawler? I think not, maybe not Nightcrawler, but the guy with the wings. I think he died in Apocalypse, and then Mystique dies in Dark Phoenix, which is next. But anyways, Logan loved it. Great movie, one of the best comic movies out there probably. And then I saw Dark Phoenix recently, because you know I just got through it. Last movie I didn't see it. I didn't actually think Dark Phoenix is that bad as people say. Might have been better than X-Men Origins Wolverine. Here's the thing: Dark Phoenix, if one thing, it's consistent throughout. From start to finish, it felt like everything made sense. The only issue again is that there was too much going on. We didn't need the aliens in the movie. Because here's the thing, Dark Phoenix, I know again, I haven't read the comics, so I'm no expertise in this area. I feel like Dark Phoenix shouldn't really be controlled by anyone, you know? She was never really given the ability to just go berserk and do whatever she wanted, because she was always been controlled by someone. First it was Charles trying to control her, maybe in a good way, but, you know, Charles was controlling her. Then later on, you know, when she finally becomes a Dark Phoenix, she's being controlled by this alien who acts like her mother, you know? Like, what is going on here, you know? It doesn't make any sense. So, you know, just that little side note. But overall, it's not too bad. It's whatever. The ending isn't that good, though. It's kind of weird. But anyways, that's everything. I think we're ready to watch the trailer. Okay? Yeah, I think we're ready now. So, I'm going to play it. I have it right over here. And then we will watch it. And again, now that I know everything that happens, I will rewind and rewatch it and kind of do the playback. And make sure you have your tickets, y'all. If you don't know that tickets are already out, I'll talk to y'all that. I'll talk to you more actually after the trailer's over. Let's get it started. I'm pretty sure y'all are bored now and ready to watch it. Now, how do I do this thing here? Or is it? Is it over here? Oh, yeah, it's over here. I just gotta decrease my camera size now. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll make it a bit smaller. Okay, and let's turn down the volume a bit.
I told you.
Oh, you can't see it, can you? There we go. There it is. Actually, yeah. All we gotta do now, I should just put it at the bottom instead, so I can do the overlay. There we go. There is a trailer. Okay. Now I can just play it right over there. Cool. Make it a little bit bigger. Sweet. And then myself, I can move myself to the bottom. Shouldn't be too bad. There we go.
You're not welcome.
There we go.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut.
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Fox the logo.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Deadpool
Not my
squad.
fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Watch the X movies, y'all. Y'all
Come
understand.
again.
This Wolverine let down his entire.
So he's a variant, essentially.
what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
Yes, July. The mystery.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Nice little picture there.
Trust me, kid. I'm
My
no hero.
name, and
You were an
it
X-Man.
feels
You
like
were the X-Man.
home. Here we go.
Soaking wet right now.
Fourth wall break. Villain right there.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about.
Ant-Man. You dead?
Big slow-motion
Dog pool.
action sequence. Who knows if you live or die?
Yeah. Very persuasive.
Fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Doctor Strange Portal. Avengers Secret Wars.
Wanna do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching
They
powder?
know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. But I can't.
Alrighty. Now, let me kind of go through the Easter eggs, kind of like break it down first. Alright, let's go through this. Okay, opening shot right over here. We have Wolverine. He's again, I don't know when in the timeline this takes place, but let me try to explain this. To my understanding, or from what I can understand anyways, this Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, is a variant of the Wolverine from the X-Men movies, as far as I can tell, okay? Not only does it probably take place before Logan, but if I understand this correctly, this Wolverine, when the guy, the TV agent guy, said he let down his entire world, I'm pretty sure, you know, the other Wolverine, like we've seen in the X-Men movies, was always ready to serve and protect his world from any danger, okay? And he was ready to, like, die and sacrifice himself if required. This one was unable to do that. Maybe, you know, his world kind of died and he was the only one left, okay? And because maybe he's immortal or he has his healing powers, you know, he was spared. So his whole world was gone. He failed. He was unable to save it. And his sort of punishment is that he has to deal with this guilt, this loss, that everyone that he loved in his world is dead and he's the only one left. Kind of similar to Doctor Strange, I think, from the What If series, the Strange Supreme one. Kind of, you know, he tried to save Christine and she died. And not just her, everyone else in that universe died. He was unable to prevent her death. So eventually he started using dark magic and his world died. But long story short, he was the only one left. I can assume the same thing happened here. Now, when he said this Wolverine let down his entire world, I'm pretty sure this is a different world. Maybe not the one that he lived in, but maybe a different world that exists or he was able to find or somehow. And, you know, we know that Wolverine, you know, whenever he needs to drown his sorrows or something, he frequently goes to the bar. And whenever he's trying to run away from trouble or he's exhausted after a long day, he usually does frequent some drinks. I don't know if this is a sponsorship here, this brand, the bar he's at, but yeah, if you see an X1, I remember I think he was at a bar in that movie as well. So, you know, whenever he needs to go anything or draw his sorrows out, he will usually frequent a bar. The bartender over there was like, hey, get out, because I think he knows he's a mutant. That's why he says you're not welcome here. He knows that, you know, humans and mutants don't really get along. You know, they're afraid of their kind. I remember, I think it was X2 or X3, one of them, you know, where the mom was like, have you ever tried not being a mutant? That line is just so funny to me, but yeah, anyways. Kind of the backstory there.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Okay, so we got Hugh Jackman over there. Makes sense. This is a Wolverine trailer, kind of. The first one's more about Deadpool, this one's more about Wolverine. That's why it's called Deadpool and Wolverine. Giving best of both the worlds with the title.
Hi, Peanut. I'm Nick.
So here, Deadpool, I believe, once the TVA found him, now again, I don't know if Wolverine's goal is to find Deadpool or Deadpool's goal is to find Wolverine. That's what I think. This whole time, I think people were thinking that Deadpool, you know, is recruited by the TVA, so they sent him to go and find Deadpool after messing up with the timeline. I think it's flipped. The TVA goes to Deadpool and captures him because, he messed up with the timeline. And maybe once he's there, they're like, oh, we're gonna go and find this Wolverine guy next. Maybe Deadpool's like, huh, you're trying to get Wolverine? Maybe I should go talk to him. I think it's something like that. So instead, it's Deadpool who's going to try and recruit Wolverine and to, join him. He's at his pretty much lowest point in his life right now, lowest state, pretty depressed. So he's trying to go and get him. Now, obviously, he's going to say no. He probably wants to be left alone and just deal with his issues and die. He's pretty much done with everything right now. So he is going to be resistive. He's going to say no to Wolverine's or to Deadpool's request, but maybe a change of heart will happen later after that third act flashback. He says third act flashback. I don't think they're ever going to refer to a specific movie because this is different from. I'm pretty sure this is a variant of the Wolverine from the X-Men movie. So I don't know how he's going to do a third act flashback unless there's some pretend Wolverine movie that happened for him specifically.
I want you to come with me right now. Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well,
So he says he's on the tick here. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe he is on a time crunch maybe. Maybe he can't stay with him or talk to him for too long, so maybe that's why he says that. Maybe he has something along his wrist, maybe like a watch or a band or something that's allowing him to be in this world. Because to my understanding, there is no Wolverine in the world that he lives in, as far as I can tell. They never said that.
tick tick, so upsy daisy.
Dude, if this movie makes fun of X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's gonna be insane. So here Wolverine's trying to bring out his claws, right? That's his power, right? He has adamantium from his claws, right? And that's what he used to fight, right? But he's unable to do that.
Whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
So it says over 40. Maybe just a little bit over 40 or a lot more. It's probably a lot more. We don't even know how old he is right now, but he is old.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Now remember, a normal bullet can't kill him. Maybe that's why he's smiling, unless he has an adamantium bullet, which maybe might not be able to kill him, or maybe it will, who knows, but it will wipe out his memories. Okay, kind of the background here, we're at this cold, snowy place, not the one from Avengers Age of Ultron, where that Quicksilver died, Aaron Taylor Johnson. This is a different one. We can see the Fox, 20th Century Fox logo on the back. To kind of understand this, Fox was basically the studio that made all the X-Men and all the Deadpool movies, and then I think the buyout happened in 2019, 2020 with Marvel. For example, the movie Fall Guy is precedent of that. It started off with Fox, but later Disney, I think, took over the project. And now everything Fox went to Hulu, Hulu and Disney Plus merged, and Disney Plus is full acquisition of all the Fox stuff and all the X-Men characters now. And Fantastic Four, I'm pretty sure they also made Fantastic Four.
I'm about to lose everything.
Right here, these are basically Deadpool's friends, okay? Like his squad, okay? You can see Yukio and all these other characters as well. So yeah, I think Yukio was in the Wolverine movie or like related to her. I remember because it did take place in Japan, but I could be wrong.
I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what
Again, he says no because he's done. He's done with his life.
you said when your world went to shit?
Now, when he's saying that line, I don't know if that's referring to his world or a different world, because we already know that the Wolverine, the X-Men franchise, is always ready to serve and protect the mutants and everyone else, right? I don't know about this one, or where he's at in his character. Maybe he's going to be like, wait, what? And maybe, he's going to refer to something. Who knows? We'll have to find out. This is the Wolverine, this new one, the variant one, which you're going to learn more about in the movie, of course. And maybe, I think we see tombstones and stuff. I don't really know what it represents, but clearly it's telling me something like, hey, something bad happened here.
Come again.
This Wolverine let down.
Okay, we can see on the TV agent he has like a little band-aid on his nose. It might have been the Wolverine who maybe tried to put up a fight, and maybe Deadpool tried to bring him down a little bit, maybe sedate him. So maybe that's why he has that. And after he took him down, maybe he's lying on the floor.
The entire world.
So he learns more like, oh, he's the reason why his whole world fell. He's to try to bring him back up on his feet. And now they're fighting. Now, in terms of fighting skills, Wolverine can regenerate from a single drop of blood. I don't know if Deadpool can do the exact same thing. Again, the other thing is time. How long does it take to regenerate, and if they can remember what happened before they died.
Want to talk about what's haunting you? Or...
This is the scene where they go to the restaurant. It probably takes place a little bit after they meet each other, and maybe they go to this like little restaurant. Again, I don't know if this restaurant specifically has any Easter eggs relevant to like MCU in general, but here they're discussing, you know, Wolverine wants to try to recruit him, try to help his mental state a little bit, I guess, and he is gonna be like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I think that's the exact same line he said in X-Men First Class. Movie coming out in July. I have my ticket. Make sure to get your ticket, okay? Tickets are selling out like crazy. MCU is back. Marvel's back. This movie's gonna be hyped. I'm not fully back, but for this, we're back. Song is playing here. I think they're in a better mental state, kind of like teaming up now. We see again Wolverine. I think this is the first movie he's wearing his iconic yellow suit from the comics. I think here he is appearing to be sleeveless, but I think they are giving him sleeves because, you know, protecting him, because I think he has some type of cancer. I think it's skin cancer, so that's why. But like that's very comic accurate. Both of them are wearing comic accurate suits. Okay, so like that's the thing. When Deadpool says I don't know anything about saving worlds, that's the thing. Deadpool says I don't know anything about saving worlds. That's because Deadpool is an anti-hero. He pretty much cares about his best interests, okay? Like him and his family and his squad, you know? Of course, he did try to do some things for the greater good in Deadpool 2, but he didn't really do much. In terms of like Wolverine, if you've seen the X-Men movies, he's helped out a lot of mutants. He's really made an impact and really made a change as himself. Deadpool hasn't done as many good things, so maybe that's why he's trying to ask for some help. But again, I don't know if it's the same Wolverine or not. I really wish it was, but it makes sense if it's not. It would kind of mess with the timeline a bit. And this photo, he's holding up a little picture of his friends, I'm pretty sure. It's not, when he says, but you do, this is not Wolverine's friends, I'm pretty sure. Or is it? I can't tell. I think it might be his family. I think it's his family. His little family.
Trust me, kid.
This might take place maybe towards the end when, you know, they're walking up together to defeat the villain. The villain, I believe, is Cassandra Nova. She's basically like the evil twin of Charles Xavier, Professor X. You know, maybe they had some issues when they were being born or something. Again, we don't really know much about Charles or his birth. Maybe it's explained in the comics. But maybe she hates Charles a lot. I don't know if he's going to be in this movie or not, but apparently she's the villain.
I'm no hero.
Now, he says, trust me, kid, I'm no hero. Wolverine says that a lot, you know, I'm no hero, don't come to me for help. But, you know, maybe he's just in a bad mental state. And then he's going to try to help him out again. Maybe he tells his maybe sad story or something, or the things that he's been through. Maybe that's different from the Wolverine in the X-Men franchise, but we'll see. And again, this is that same walking shot.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
I am soaking wet.
This is probably in that same battle scene when he's doing the fourth wall break and facing the camera. Again, same fight scene we've already seen. This is, I think, a different fight scene. He's not fighting Wolverine in this one, but maybe a different one, and maybe something's gonna happen. Because here he's fighting the TVA agents, right? Maybe he doesn't care about helping the TVA out anymore. We see Cassandra Nova, little walking shot there. I think the Ant-Man skull might be around there, just from the shape. This is a funny frame. Look at that Wolverine face. Again, 20th Century Fox logo. They're fighting in the background again. That looks cool. And that's a separate fighting scene. So two main fight scenes we can tell. One fight scene is happening with Wolverine and the 20th Century Fox logo. And they probably edited the background a little bit, because if you've seen clips, you know, I think there was a green or blue screen in the back, leaked footage. And the other one is in the forest where they're fighting the TV agents. Here, maybe a suit up is happening. I don't know who this guy is, but apparently he's giving Wolverine maybe an improved suit, or he's helping his weapons, or he's helping him out somehow. I think that scene where he does his hinge kind of looks like it's the same scene when he was there at the TV agent when he said this Wolverine let out his entire world. People are saying this forest scene is similar to the one in Logan. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know whose car this is, but Wolverine or Deadpool in the air right now just looks so funny.
So silly.
Cassandra Nova, our villain. I don't know how she's, or if she's related to this purple stuff happening. I think this purple stuff is similar to Loki, what happened in Loki, when they were kind of banned on this island. I think when they got I forgot what was the word, pruned. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure though. This is an Ant-Man skull, or Ant-Man not skull, like his helmet, I think. Like Paul Rudd's helmet. Maybe he becomes Giant Man or something. I'm not entirely sure, but again, I don't know what this has to do with that. I think we do see what's his name, Nightcrawler or something. I forgot. The red guy. I think he was in First Class, X-Men First Class. I'm not sure if he was in any other ones, but I think he worked for the main bad guy. If I'm not entirely sure, played by the same guy who played Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movie. But yeah, he's there, I think.
Talking about.
I don't know what he's spitting out there. Maybe some sort of drink. Here we have Dogpool. If you don't know much about Dogpool, Dogpool is essentially, I think, it was Great Britain, England's, I think, ugliest dog in the world or something. I don't know how they got their hands on her. It's a real dog, I'm pretty sure, though. And Dogpool essentially is wearing a suit similar to Deadpool, and is just Deadpool's dog, I guess. And pretty much has the same habits as him. And you can see Wolverine here in the back, like, disgusted, like, yeah, what is going on here?
Slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die?
I believe that's the same car that we see later in the forest that they're driving in. That looks cool. I think that's towards the ending, maybe.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Now, here towards the ending, they're going back into that Doctor Strange portal. Now, I said Avengers Secret Wars. I don't know where it's going to lead to. Some people are saying maybe the Battle of Avengers Infinity War or Endgame, or how they're even making this portal, if Doctor Strange made it for them. Or maybe it's Ned. Remember, Ned can do the portal thing too as well. You know? It's supposed to be America Chavez, but couldn't get her in that movie. Maybe anyone can do it if you just believe. I think that purple thing in the background is that same purple thing we saw earlier, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's just the clouds. Deadpool and Wolverine, title of the movie.
Want to do some cocaine?
Okay, not really an Easter egg here. They're just talking. So maybe like a normal scene here at the end.
Thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching?
I believe this is at the beginning of the movie as well, when they're having the party for not the beginning of the movie for. I keep saying Wolverine. I gotta stop that. I'm just so hyped to talk about Wolverine. This is the. I think it's the start. Is the beginning of the trailer and beginning of the movie, where Deadpool is essentially retired. He's basically living like a stable, normal job until eventually the TVA sort of recruits him after he messed up with the timeline and to get Wolverine back. Because apparently, I think there's some big threat going on, and the TVA needs their help. But I don't know why Wolverine eventually starts hunting down TV agents. Maybe he thinks they're bad or something. I'm not entirely sure. But here, this is again that same earlier part of the movie where Deadpool is literally, I think, throwing his party for just living a normal life, I guess. And that's, I think, where, again, it's that party-related area. Because we can see balloons in the background.
They know slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. But I can't.
Okay, I think that's basically it, right? Yeah, okay. Alrighty, well, that's basically it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and joining me in this breakdown of the movie. It was a lot of fun, and I will see y'all next time.